Hello buddy, I'm Dutch, and if you like hiking tips, fun adventures, and great gear, hit like and subscribe to join my vlog journey. And if you'd like to be notified when we upload a new video, click that bell as well. All right, let's go. Hello buddy, I'm Dutch, and well, this is right before Trail Days. So they let us set up early, and that is what we did, but quite honestly, I think it was ridiculously early because I don't think things really start until tomorrow. But I bet there'll be some people coming in today, especially if we get some good weather. Speaking of weather, it is rain, rain, rain wherever I go these days. And you can see it is kind of gloomy. This is what 10% rain looks like. So right now I'm on the Appalachian Trail, and it is this path. It goes right through Main Street. This is Trail Town, USA. We're in Damascus, Virginia. Look, they have a shelter right here in town. This is their linear park, and all this is going to be filled up today with stands. It's kind of nice being down here now, to tell you the truth. With before everybody gets here, we get to set up, we get to park where we want. The porta potties are clean. That's not going to be the case for long. People are going to start coming in today. Tent City is not too far from here. I brought you down here because I wanted to show their iconic sign here. Appalachian Trail, welcome Damascus, Virginia. Apparently this was Brian Neil Belvin's Eagle Scout project in 1990. Well, over here is the library, and I know they're going to be giving away food to the thru hikers down there. There's a big war memorial. I wish we had peace memorials. And there's a gorgeous, somewhere between creek and river running through here. So we're down here. Jacks are better, and Yobo is flying in today. We set up a bunch of stands for them, and we're going to be the hammock area. They changed it this year, and where this used to be where everybody would set up on, or this is where everybody would set on the green path, and then people would walk down here. Now they've made it so that people park there, set up here, and they moved everybody on the right-hand side back, which, since I'm on the right-hand side, really put a squeeze on us, but we're gonna fit it in there. I think we're gonna just take our time setting up. We had to set up yesterday. It was in a thunderstorm. We don't have a simple easy up because we don't do anything easy. And we made this DIY stand that I will show you in a minute, but basically we took a hammock stand and we build it out so it has a canopy that goes over it, a whole bunch of PVC pipes to hold it up higher. The real challenge was to make it so that the rain sheds off of it and it can handle any winds, because it is a big sail on a light stand and it just wants to float away. Some people, they have tent companies come in. That's what this is. You could hang your hammock off of these things. They got like 2-inch pipes on them and stuff. See the river down here? It is raging. That's pretty much the top of its banks. I should just hang out in here all day. Saw the guy setting that up. He came, he was supposed to get help, but he wound up coming by himself. And well, I think he would have had a challenge doing it by himself. So we came down here and we put him up in just a couple seconds. Now we're not completely set up, and we're set up for sleeping more than vending. But here's our stand, and you see we built it out of a hammock stand. That's a Yobo hive. Actually, this is hive number 1. It was a prototype, and this thing could expand to be even bigger and much taller because he used this to decide how big and what was really needed. So we have this big tarp on here, got some poles going across there, and we will tear down our beds. Made these little side panels here to kind of block wind, kind of enclose it a little bit more. It's unique, and I wanted something unique. We brought an easy up that we could set up in case this didn't work. It's a lot of work. You got to put all these pipes all together, and you have to put them on before the stand is set up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm torn. I don't know if it's the best way. Here's Vicky's setup. Look at this 4-wheel drive ambo. This is Emergency Getaway. You can look them up. They have a YouTube channel and they go on all kinds of adventures. This is Alex Thomas, Crystal Bentley, good friends and associates. They help us a lot behind the scenes, and they do it from the road. But look at this beast. It is, they live in this. Just came back from Mexico. It's got dualies on the back, and it is. I really like this bike rack on here. While we're at it, I'll show you my new trick that my truck can do. Trying to keep the camera dry, so I got this umbrella. All right, let's see if I can do this and keep you dry. So, problem with my truck is you can't get anything in there because the cap's on here. But as you'll see here, there's an actuator, and it rises up. That goes up 18 inches. You can sit under there. I haven't installed it yet, but there is a tent that fills all those gaps, and then there's an opening in the back here. So it becomes a camper when you pull into somewhere. So I'm excited to use this. It already is working out. I mean, if I put it up all the way, you're not quite as hunched over when you're trying to load in. You're not on your knees going back in there. So I'm gonna give you a little tour here. So over here is Jack Sarbetter. We're not gonna disturb him too much, but they're all just chilling in the morning. So that's gonna be where all the gear companies are. They got a great playground here. So this is the park. Like I said, this is a linear park. And then on the other side, they have all the other kind of vendors. They're not really gear vendors. Like there will be churches here and crafts, some clothing places, and this is really where all the food is, which makes sense because there is a stage, and you're looking at the back of the stage right now. We're gonna get in good bands. I know this isn't gonna be put up until after the fact, but they do this every year. It is the week after Mother's Day. If you can get here, this is gonna be a fun time. I hope I can do it justice. They're a little bit more set up over here on the food area than the gear companies, but not too much. And then up there's the stage. So I got these picnic benches here. It's a great area to dance, and it is going to go all the way back through here. And as the day goes on and more things get set up, I'll give you more tours. I'm hoping to do a couple interviews and really try to document what Trail Days is all about. This one should be a real good one, and I'm really looking forward to well, to bringing you along. All right, that's all for now. So here we are on day one of Trail Days, and everybody's gotten set up, and try to show vendor row here. It's really fun watching everybody interact. Nobody's completely set up. We are really excited. We got this fantastic print, this underwater. Can you imagine when you're underneath this thing and the wind's blowing? It's like you are under the ocean. We got a nice tarp here with the Appalachian Trail is printed right on it. This is the New England section. And then we have a matching chameleon top cover for that. That's actually the Virginia section, but it's done in the same print. So we got a couple hours, but all the vendors are getting out all their wares. We are gonna have a lot of rain today. Everyone's making sure that everything's covered, and nailed down, because it is very typical to get a big windstorm and a thunderstorm that comes through. And I know I've had my stand already blow over one year, so I learned my lesson. And if I look around, I see a lot of people are really staked down well. These are not people that can't handle the rain, and we will be doing just fine. The through hikers that are out here, they're probably just glad to be here instead of on top of the mountain in a thunderstorm. But as you see here, this is day one and we're just about to open. I'm actually pretty excited for the day. I feel like we've had really good interactions with the customers so far. We weren't really open yesterday, but a lot have come around and looked at what we were setting up. And actually, I think we're the only hammock company, so that's certainly a plus. There's certainly a lot of interest in people going hammock camping, through hikers that are switching out. And next, I'll take you down to the craft section and see how that's doing. Be right back. So one of the things that you'll find at Trail Days is a great support for the local, I'm going to call them craft shops, and also nonprofits. That's all down in this section. And I have found some very unique finds down here. I have a Georgia to Maine Appalachian Trail sign that looks like it's an actual sign. And well, it's hung up right now in my office. It's one of my favorite possessions. So, but you can get stickers, and people that are they're like entrepreneurs, and they're starting some little home business. And I'm seeing honey places. I know Fire and Ice is down over here. We'll be talking to them in a little bit. Here we got a place that does stickers, and I love that spirit of entrepreneurship. There's a good clothing place that has really good hippie clothing. I think it's really great that this is also a great venue for them, and you'll be seeing a lot of locals coming through here anyhow. Right now we're gonna get ready for, we're gonna meet town councilman, and I hope to bring you along on that. Peace. All right, buddy, we got somebody special here who made us these tremendous biscuits. And this is councilman and also head of the Trail Days committee. This is Beatty, and he runs all this. And so what does this mean for the town of Damascus every year for Trail Days?
Well, this is it's not really the beginning of our trail season, but it really is our Christmas. From the dark, cold winter, we're a town of 650, and for us to have 30,000 people in town with their wallets means a lot to us.
So it is a huge festival for everybody, and I really recommend that if you ever have a chance, you come down here and you enjoy this. It's great for the town. It's also great for the community. Thank you. So this is the Blue Blaze Bike and Shuttle, and I have used this service in the past. There is something called the Creeper Trail that runs, it used to be an old logging railroad that went from the top of the mountain. I think it's 22 miles of all downhill. They will rent you a bike, shuttle you to the top, and you just basically coast down. It is a lot of fun. A rail trail, but it's all pretty rough dirt. And then it continues through town, and even though it goes quite a bit out of town. So if you can ever get down to Damascus, this is really a big highlight. This town is really, I mean, look how picturesque it is and how quaint this town is. I don't think they have a traffic light in the town. And then they have all these great services. This is the VAT. It runs right through Main Street. We've got great murals. And this town is more than just Trail Days. So it is time to get back to work because I got to man the booth. Peace. Along with a lot of the other things that are going on with like the crafts, and then there's the vendors that come in. There's also, these are more of the charities. There's churches that come here. They do hiker feeds. They give showers. They give medical attention to the hikers. Here I see a Department of Wildlife Resources, and hopefully we can meet with them later. And I saw the ATC is up here, and they're always a very familiar face when I go into West Virginia. These are actually, these have been some very long run friends of mine, and that is O-Hike. And this is Tom from O-Hike. And tell us a little bit about what O-Hike means.
Hike for mental health. I is actually the blaze from the Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
But people think it's I hike for mental health.
I gotcha.
It's hike for mental health. And we are a nonprofit. We raise money. 80% of what we raise goes to the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation. They give $50,000 grants to scientists that are on the cutting edge of a breakthrough but have not been funded yet. Once they get funded, it's a lot easier for them to continue getting funded. Basically, 10% goes to the ATC. We gave them a check last year for $15,000, and 10% goes to the PCT, Pacific Crest Trail. We basically teach people responsible use of wilderness trails. All our hikes are no stigma zones. 1 in 4 people, believe it or not, suffer from some form of mental illness. And we tell people if you want to talk about it, you can. If you don't, that's fine. We look at it like you have a cold. There's no stigma at all. We started in 2011 and we're going strong, and this year we're getting an international award this evening for the work we've done.
So that is really some super awesome stuff. We've got some other vendors around here that are also doing a lot of the good work that the churches all to get together here. Tom, it certainly was a pleasure seeing you.
Yeah.
You've been a regular fixture. I know I've seen you down here.
Thank you.
So.
I've seen you too before.
Yeah, I know. I've never had a chance to go up and talk to you, but right. I'm glad I will, and I'll be over by later.
Yeah.
Is there a way to contact you for how to donate to iHike?
You just go right on our website. You can donate 2 ways. You can donate to an individual hiker, or what I prefer, just a general donation. And that helps us with our expenses. That's the only donations we use to fund all. Also, nobody gets a salary, and also when somebody donates to a hiker with a credit card for, let's say, $100, we pay the processing fee out of our own pocket. So 100% of what's donated goes to the cause.
So that is awesome. It is good people doing good in this world. Thank you, everybody. So what a difference a couple hours make. A lot of the vendors have come in. There's people walking around. We're starting to get sales, and it's been fun. I really enjoy it when people come in. They're like, I am through hiking with your hammock. Everybody is in a great mood. The sun is actually come out, and it's only been sprinkling every now and then. You can see right here we got LiteAF, so they're making some pretty packs. Going to come back and check it. Well, give them a great conversation. There's Jolly Gear. They have these great shirts that are UV protected. They're great hiking shirts. And they have these funky prints, and what you will see as the weekend goes on, there'll be a lot of people wearing those shirts. I've never seen these sandals, but look at these. Look how light they are.
Tell them about me.
I'm gonna have to come back and check that out. So some people are getting set up, and some people are already set up. I'm a little jealous of people coming here with their easy ups, and what took me 2 hours, they do in about 10 minutes. But easiest way isn't always the best way. So they changed it this year, and we used to walk on these gravel paths down here, but they made more parking, and they moved everybody in, which made it tighter for the parking on the other side, and also the amount of stands that go there. So here's Six Moons Designs. They make sill tents, and they are certainly popular. Maybe we'll get to talk to them during the weekend. Man, I mean, I was just through here, and they have set up as, look, Subaru. Even Subaru says, leave no trace. So, I don't know if that's a sponsor or what have you. Travel chair. That's good to go. They are a freeze-dried food. Maybe it's dehydrated, I'm not positive. All right, we got Granite Gear. They have set up, and our good friend Spuds, you can see his products on our website, but he makes these stick stashers. So they have these magnetic holders that attach to your backpack, and then you put the other part on your hiking stick, and that way you can just go and stick them to your backpack when you're not holding them, and it is fantastic. This is Jack's Are Better, and you can see Pickles printed. That's Linville Gorge Tarp right there. This is Nemo. BioLights here. I got big Nemo tent they got going on there. Never seen that before. I do like their pillow. The Appalachian Long Distance Hikers Association. I think it's a charity or non-profit, I should say. They're more in the educational field of this, of teaching people how to do it and what to do. And it's a really good resource that I believe that when you join it, you get some type of resources, but I think it's a worthwhile thing. Whether or not you get anything out of it is probably good to support. And then comes the food. I have been watching these guys set up all day long. They have a harder setup than I do. Look at the meat we got going on back here. That is the biggest immersion blender I've ever seen in my life. This is where I bought my Appalachian Trail shirt from, I think, 2 years ago. I believe it benefits the town. I'm not positive. This section out here is going to be more nonprofits and crafts. And we are making progress through the day. I believe by the end of the day, everybody will be set up, except I bet Z-Packs is not set up, because they come in the middle of the night and they set up and they tear down and leave the exact same way. They are like a military operation that just comes in and poof, they are building up their setups, and come morning they've got all their tents set up, and it's just amazing. So anyhow, that's all for now. Peace. So everybody, got to walk around a little bit. Rain has calmed down the crowds, but this is the first I've seen. The Trek is here, Garmin's here, Xped. It seems like that Trail Days is becoming the new outdoor retailer show to me, and it's really good because it is putting right to the people that actually use the gear. It is, can't tell you how awesome it is for the retailers to get this type of contact with this serious of a group. Is amazing. The Trek is, I think they're a blog or something, or they're a group, and I think they're mostly educational. So it's awesome to see them out here. I see one or two celebrities out there, so I better get back to work.
Yeah, I was really
So,
gonna need you too. I gotta take a picture.
Day one, look at the crowd we got going here. It is just starting to rain, but this crowd doesn't really mind rain. And as you can see, it's just business as usual, despite the rain. We have had a tremendous morning here, and I am looking forward to the rest of this weekend. Peace. So, every year I've seen Southern Ohio Trail Magic coming down here, and they do this big feed. They're cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and giving coffee for the hikers. This trail leads to where everybody's camped at, and you can see they got a good kitchen. They come in, they set up, and they're just doing this for free. This is some really good friends of mine. Barry right here is he's one of the people certainly heading this up, and Richard Nance, and I see Fish is there, and Eli should be someplace. We got our banner up here because we support them and help fund all of this. The Trail Magic is what they're doing. So it's Southern Ohio Trail Magic, and all the hikers are coming from Tent City, which is over that way, to in town, which is that way. They get to stop and maybe get coffee or a burger or something of that nature. So it is all free to them, and I'm pretty sure they enjoy doing it. So just another awesome thing that's being done here at Trail Days. Hello buddy, I'm Dutch and I'm here with, well, it's brand new to me, it's a new vendor, but this is Fred with Tie Crossing, and he has got a really interesting take on the fleece. So really want you to check it out. So here we go. Introduced to Fred.
Hey, thanks Dutch. I'm Fred Smythe. My company is Tie Crossing, as in the Tie River in Central Virginia. And my product has two innovations. I'll show you the first one right now because it's hip zips. So this fleece vest allows me to, I have short zippers on either side here that allow me to zip it up and lift that flap up and cinch my hip belt smooth underneath, and then this just falls over top. I've still got access to my pockets, and I don't have this fleece smushed and folded and lumped underneath my hip belt, so the belt fits better and it feels great. The first innovation here that really got me inspired is something that keeps me from sweating up my fleece, and that's this. I can take the back panel out of this vest, and this version has straps. I have versions that have a mesh backing to hold it together, but the key is that this panel zips out when I'm starting out in 30 degrees or whatever in the morning and I'm going to get hot really fast. This gets stowed and then doesn't get sweaty in 10 minutes. And when I take a break or make camp at night, I zip this back in and it's nice and dry. So that's a back off. Those are the two features, back offs and hip zips. And that's it.
That is just awesome. I love to see, especially new takes on an old classic like the fleece jacket and making it more utilitarian, like these side zips. So you see here that if he wants to, he can totally close that up, and it can just be.
It's just I can put this in and just have it be a run-of-the-mill fleece vest. It's got zips, zip, zip, and Velcro at the top.
Awesome. I saw another version with the mesh.
Yeah, here's the mesh version. My wife prefers the mesh, you know, a more finished look. I prefer the bands, the elastic bands, because I'd really rather have nothing at all.
Yeah.
You got to have something to hold it together from flapping around, but anyway, it's you've got both. I'm making both options.
So what I really like about this is one place you don't need to insulate is your back if you're backpacking, but then you take off your pack and you got a sweaty back and you want to cover that up, you're able to just zipper in this panel. So that is Fred with Tie Crossings. Do you have a website?
I do, tiecrossing.com.
Tiecrossing.com. So let me get your label there. So check them out. It's real new and innovative, and it's kind of things you're going to see down here at Trail Days. Thank you, everybody. So hello, everybody. So as I walk around Trail Days, I get to see new innovations come out, and I saw this one, and actually I'm just planning on doing a fishing trip, and I had to come up and check it out, and it is awesome. So I want to introduce you from Hike and Hook. This is Chris. Chris, tell us about your product.
All right. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm the founder of Hike and Hook. Dutch, thank you for having me on real quick here. Yeah, so Hike and Hook are ultralight carbon fiber hiking poles. All right. The only difference with these is that you can go fishing with them if you ever want to. So if you're ever in the market for high-end ultralight carbon fiber hiking poles, this might be an option for you. The only difference is at the same price point, you can fish with these if you want to. So here's how it works. Ultralight carbon fiber. All you're gonna do is unscrew the top. And then normally what I do is I'll just take this little adapter out of my pocket, screw this on the top, and you're really done at this point. I include an ultralight reel with it, but you can use any reel. Just attach it, and you're literally done. You can put a mud basket on here, which I put a hole on. You just screw it on the ends. Your snow basket will also work perfectly fine as well, like a snow basket like this. This all comes together, and yeah, you just run your line through the hole and just cast like a fishing pole and you're good to go.
All right, so Chris, I was really amazed by this. The weight of this is really tremendous, and I love his little tiny reel that comes with this. What is the weight of the pole then?
So 2 poles combined is less than a pound. So it's half a pound each, basically.
That is awesome. They are not twist lock. I love these kind of locks because the twist lock, as you know, as they get dirty, they tend to slide on you when you're hiking.
Yep.
If someone wanted to find you, where would they find you at?
Yeah, so we have a website, it's hikeandhook.com. You can order online. You can order them as either a pair or as a single. So if you just want 1 pole, you can get the full setup. Online, they are $185 for a pair with the real full setup, or as a single, it's $95.
Well, that is awesome. So that's Hike and Hook. Thank you.
Thanks. Great meeting you, Dutch. Thank you.
So there are a lot of unique vendors that are out here, and I have met Spuds. I think this might be his 3rd year here. He has this ingenious idea for the how you hike with your hiking stick. So I'm not going to blow up his spot here. I'm going to let him do it. So this is Spuds. So Spuds, show us about what your product does and what innovations you made for this year.
Sure, yeah. So this is a pole mount right here. So it's a magnet that goes on your trekking pole shaft. And then we have one here. It's a pack mount with another magnet. So if you don't want your trekking poles anymore, instead of having to take off your pack, you just reach back, the magnets connect, and then it just drops right into this clip, and you just clip it right in. So it stays nice and sturdy.
That looks awesome. So that way, when you are hiking, if you want to get rid of your, let me see, oh, look how easy that is to pull off there, and you can put them on there because you don't want to carry them all day. That is really sweet. So how long have these been out?
So these are brand new, actually. So right now is kind of the debut for this new version. We're calling it 2.0. So it's not available online yet, but it should be available on spudsadventuregear.com in about like a month or so. But right now we have our older model out, so that's what we're selling online.
That's fantastic. So that is some of the innovation that you're going to see here at Trail Days, and I look forward to seeing what comes next year out of Spuds. Thank you, everybody. So for the longest time, and people that I've done business with, is Vargo Outdoors. They are another Pennsylvania company. They are making outdoor gear in northern Pennsylvania. I've known Brian Vargo for many, many years, and he comes out with some really awesome stuff. So this is Wes, and he's going to tell us what's new at Vargo.
How's it going, everybody? So new at Vargo this year, we have 2 new things that we're super excited about. One being the long handle fork and spoon. So just like our original normal long handle spoon, we just added a fork on the other end. We got asked about this a lot, and it's been very popular so far. And then the other item that we're super excited about is our new oversized bot called the Bot XL. And we had a lot of requests to make a bot big enough to nest the bigger 8-ounce fuel canisters. And so we made it a little bit bigger. You can nest your fuel canister, your canister stove inside, and hit the trail going.
That actually is awesome, and I have been a big fan of the bots, and I'm seeing this for the first time just like you. And the fact that you can fit a canister stove in there, that might be, I mean, look at the size of that. That is a great size. It's going to be contained in there. That might be what I threw like with.
Since coming out with this at the end of the year last year, this has been our #1 bestseller by far. So a lot of excitement over this product, and we're super happy with it.
I think these guys, I mean, look at all the titanium wares that they have, from stoves and grills.
Okay, so that you don't have
certainly the utensils. I'll let Wes go.
So we've got a number of different utensils, you know, sets of utensils, whistles for emergencies or trying to fend off bears or whatever, trowel, some tent stakes, pots, mugs, our super popular bot series in 4 different sizes now. Some knives over there.
Wow. Check out the knives.
We got a number of different titanium knives, a number of different alcohol stoves. We've got the wood burning grill, a whole bunch of stuff.
But Wes, I believe that you guys have gotten into some bigger stuff lately, such as the packs and the tents. So please show us those.
So we had an old tent called it was a 2-person tent, and that one's discontinued, but we're working on some new ones. So we'll show you here. This one is going to be called the Ultrafly 1, a new design. It's not out yet, but it'll be coming out at some point this year. And what we did with this tent, the fly is you know, an ultra polycell nylon, and then what Brian wanted to do is create a floor, and a floor that's easy to wipe down if it gets wet. So we used a material called Ultra TNT, which is not going to absorb any water, just like Dyneema won't. And so if you get wet and you don't want your sleeping bag or your pad to get wet, you can just wipe it down quick, and it won't retain any water.
This looks like you get some ventilation coming up through there. The way the sides are held up, that's really pretty sweet.
Yep, and then there's an external vent as well that you can open from the inside. So let me go in here and open it. This also rolls up, of course, so you can get the door out of the way, tap it there so it doesn't fall down.
I'll tell you, I'm a big believer on side entry. If you got to be on the ground.
We got the vent here on the outside, and you can get a ton of airflow if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, I see that. So one of the things I really like about Brian Vargo's wares is always doing things a unique way and a little bit different, where he incorporates the fork on with the spork or the spoon, and his titanium knives. Look how there's a single pole holding this up. I don't believe I've seen a tent, at least to my knowledge, that's doing that.
Yep.
And using the new materials with the Ultra TNT.
Yep.
That is, well, that's part of the innovation.
Yep, this is the first one that's used, the first model that we know of that has used two different materials like this, like different floor to fly. So the Ultra TNT is pretty new. It's specifically made for tents, and so we're pretty excited to experiment with it.
Okay. And how about the packs?
Packs, sure. So we currently have 3 different models of packs. We'll start with our most popular, which is the AR2. So this is a 3/4 length pack. So if you want to hang a bear canister, or if you like to hang your tent on the outside of the pack, if it gets wet and you don't get everything else wet inside, you can do that. There's the brain here, some pockets on the external. External frame titanium, super adjustable.
These are adjustable.
Carries nice and high to get the your weight up off the lower of your back.
You know, I am a big believer in external frames. It is something that the ultralighters have gone away from, but here Brian is doing this with making it out of titanium. And if you check this out, it is all welded, and I'm really loving the adjustability of this. And I also see he's got a nice generous pocket out here. That would be really good for your tarp.
And this is a 46-liter internal capacity.
46 liter, and then you could also put a bear canister on top of that.
You can hang whatever you want on the bottom.
That is plenty of room for, all your downy goodness, and then keep your food on the outside. I think that one is awesome.
Going off of that, our second most popular model was the Exotype 50, so it's the same pack, just the full length bag, and that's a 50-liter internal capacity. Same frame, packs all come off, and they're all interchangeable by the Velcro system.
I see you got hip belt pockets. They're very important.
Yep.
And good padding on there.
Very, very good lumbar support on these.
That is some of the great stuff that's coming out of another Pennsylvania company, and we are delighted. They are actually here at Trail Days. They are right across from us. So they always join us in the evenings, and it's always great to see Wes and the crew out here. Thank you, everybody. So, as you see, the rainy day has continued, but the crowds have stayed, and there are a lot of different places like Osprey. We got Sawyer here, but one that really stood out to me is Leave No Traces here. So I just met Rob here, but Rob is going to teach you all about Leave No Trace and what their principles are. So Rob, please tell us what you do.
Hey, what's going on, Dutch? We are Leave No Trace. Basically, we teach a set of principles to be more mindful when you're enjoying the outdoors, to keep it better, just like you found it, so the next generations can enjoy the trails and the parks as well. So our principles, they're not rules, right? They're just a general set of principles to follow, just to help you make better decisions while you're out there.
That is awesome, because as you know, I am the next generation, and I want you guys keeping it clean for me. So if someone wanted to contact you guys, whether to donate or to find out about these principles, where would they do that?
You can hop on to lnt.org. There's lots of free education on there, resources, and you can just take a big, deep dive into Leave No Trace ethics.
In all seriousness, Rob, thank you for what you guys are doing.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Pleasure, peace.
Yeah. And I'll be on the lookout for it.
Okay.
Yeah, take care, man.
Take care. So that is Rob with Leave No Trace. Peace, everybody. So day 3, Saturday morning. This is the biggest day for the vendors. We have a lot of people look on Friday, they buy on Saturday. So, despite any bad weather or anything, everyone's going to be trying to do their best today. It's actually pretty important for the vendors because they have to pay to have these stands here, and they have to pay to bring all this stuff here, and very often it's discounted. So it's pretty crucial to make this a success that people actually come here and see your wares and make your purchases. You can see we're getting a little muddy on the path going back. That kind of is how they travel back and forth behind all the stands and empty out the porta potties and things like that. But I hope I'm keeping the camera dry enough so the lens isn't horrible. I see Garmin's here. I got my Garmin watch. Maybe they can tell me how to use it. I mean, officially things don't open up for another hour, but you can see it's bustling. That stands are getting opened up, and it's nobody's really regulating it, so you can open up whenever you want as long as there's somebody there, man in the booth and setting out the wares. But there's good old Darn Tough. Scarpa, Sea to Summit. Glad to see Sea to Summit's here. I think this is the first time I've seen them here, and I love a lot of their gear. Jolly Gear. I'm trying to get back. Getting rained on pretty good here. Lightheart Gear, Mystery Ranch. Mystery Ranch, they didn't bring any gear, but they're fitting people's packs. Six Moons Designs. Tokes. Sawyer, I love their water filters. Good to Go is a great adventure food, dehydrated meals, and they are making them all up in Maine. These town shirts are very, very popular here. That you go and you can see a ton of people walking around with these shirts. So I can't wait to get in. We'll talk to them when it's a little bit better weather, but they got really unique prints, very vibrant, very loud, and the UV protection is really great. We have Hyperlight there, Ultra, and of course here's Dutchware. Tearing down already because it's raining again, their stuff's getting wet. This is Fee, and back here is the infamous Paul. So you can see we totally made up our stands, did all of our printing, and it's nice in here. We have a really neat tarp back here. I wish this thing was more front so people can see it, but it's got the whites and all the way up to Maine on the trail. And then over here we have another tarp. That's the underwater tarp. That is extremely popular. When you are under this, it's like you're under the ocean. We even made Yobos here representing themselves, and they are doing well with their stands for sure. And of course, Jacks Are Better. I hope to get with them later. But you can see everybody's open already. All for now. So, if you know me, you know I love hiking and I love music. And one of the great things they got here is bands that come in. These are local bands, and I've seen a lot of great talent here. I love local bands. They don't get enough love. So, let's love these guys a little bit.
Seems I made up my mind now. Seems I done put my whole life on the line. Seems I done speared it on a hook and cast it out to see what won't bite.
Hey everybody, I am catching it late, but if you look here, finally made it over here to where the crafts and the stickers are, and most of them are open towards the end of the day. but there's a lot of things for everybody here. And I love these little crafty places. Like here's some local honey. These signs that are made specifically for the AT are amazing. I've got one that I keep in my office. Check out. I love the Katahdin sign, and I have the Appalachian Trail, Maine to Georgia. The only problem with that is it goes Georgia to Maine, not Maine to Georgia, right? Because northbound is the only way to go. Look at this, this is some good leather goods. I'm a little late on some of these booths. As you see, it's gotten to be a muddy mess here. So everyone's just trying to get through here. Some sort of dry and clean feed, but for the most part, I think they're failing. So this is 803 Outpost, which is also Fire and Ice, which if you've followed me, you know I've gone on some great adventures with the owner, Barry Van Meter, and well, he also happens to be a vendor, although I know he happens to be down in Bristol, Tennessee today, but his wares have made it out here. So you can hear music going in the background because this is when the party starts. Peace, everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm Dutch, and well, if you followed me, you have followed me on adventures with Barry Van Meter. He is the owner of 803 Outpost, which is a coffee place, and also he's doing Fire and Ice, and we want to take a peek in here and see some of their wares. I see their staff is with a customer right now, but let's take a look around and hopefully we'll get to see them explain exactly what they have here. So first off is the 803 Outpost, and they are roasting their own coffee. You're gonna hear we got a lot of music going in the background, but so I happen to know that Barry has a lot of knowledge on roasting coffee, and he's roasting this himself. And well, who doesn't need a good cup of coffee every now and then? And then there's Fire and Ice, and look at these Damascus steel knives, kitchen set. He sells these really neat carbon fiber, these small reels. And look at these kitchen sets. Are they beautiful? What can you chop up with this? So John, you think I can pull you away for a minute and have you show me around a little bit around your store?
Absolutely. John with Fire and Ice Outdoor Gear and 803 Outpost. As Dutch is showing you around, we make handcrafted products for the outdoor enthusiast, hiking, camping, bushcrafting. Everything from, we got some camp cleavers, getting you done at work, best bushcrafting knife around. One of our best sellers, little breakdown telescoping fishing pole, the full size. You can camp and fish anywhere, guys. We got everything for you. We do some full kitchen sets. Get into some full cutlery, kitchen out there, bushcrafting or hiking. We do everything, everything handcrafted for you and out there for you for available.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, these guys are roasting this coffee yourselves, right?
That is correct. We have a small roastery in South Carolina. We are fresh roasting Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So every bag we sold is sold within 4 days of roasting. And we get a little crazy. Let me show you this. Being a long distance hiker, One of my big pains is not having good coffee on trail. This is a fresh roasted single serving for the trail, not dehydrated, not freeze dried, truly fresh roasted 1 day ago and sealed in here. This is how you do camp coffee. You don't have to do the junk anymore, guys.
That is fantastic. Now, how can someone find you guys?
Absolutely. We do fireandiceoutdoorgear.net. You can take a look at all of our products, start that conversation. Our camp coffee is at 803outpostcoffee.com.
Terrific. And is there an email?
There is. You can look at fireandiceoutdoorgear@gmail.com and 803 Outpost. So you can go a few different ways there, but the best is info@803outpost@gmail.com.
So these guys are longtime friends of mine. We go on ventures together, and we happen to meet up at places like Trail Days. So they are definitely worth checking out. Peace, everybody. So the vendors are coming out here and they give away gear, and the crowds are loving it, and you can see that taking place right here. This is Nemo. So let's take a look. They're just tossing gear out to the crowd. So it is late afternoon on Saturday, and things are certainly winding down. They had the hiker parade. I really wish I had filmed the hiker parade. Kind of dropped the ball on that one. Next year we'll try to catch it. But after all this rain and all these people walking through here, and I knew it was going to happen, is we got ourselves a bona fide mud path. So used to be that they kept us on this gravel trail, and this row of stands would be back beyond here, and everybody would walk on the gravel path. But now they've moved the stands out to here, and now everybody walks in the grass. And of course it rains the whole time, and you can see the result of that is it gets muddy. And well, they still got a ways to go yet, so. We have had a tremendous time here. All of the quilted chameleons that we brought down have completely sold, and we ran out of many of our components. The phone holders, I think I see 2 that are left. The chameleons have gone. We always like to print a special tarp for eye candy, and this year we did our underwater. We always know this one's going to be popular. So that also has sold. The customer's going to come back on the way through to pick it up. Looks like we're going home with an empty truck, which is the very best way we can possibly go, because our truck was entirely too full coming here. Now I can put some bins together. It is now sunny. I'm worried about getting sunburned again after all the rain that we went through today. So I'll close it out in a little bit, but we're almost done here. Peace. Okay, it is Sunday morning. You can see the Z-Packs guys coming with their breakfast. We're gonna go visit them a little bit later, but it is looking, I hope you can appreciate what that sky looks like. Few wispy clouds, and very often Saturday night, a lot of the vendors would pack up. They have asked us to stay later, and looks like Sunday is going to be another day. He is hard at work setting everything up. So everything is muddy. We went into Tent City last night. Every year I say don't go to Tent City. Every year I go to Tent City, and this has become so muddy. So I think they've done some damage to their park here by taking us off the path, but grass grows back. Well, it would be awesome if we have a sunny day, because that way we're packing away dry stuff. We're headed down to the Linville Gorge after this, and I will not really have an opportunity to drag everything out and dry it, get it all put away. So what a benefit it would be if we have a nice dry day. But you see, it is 7:40 in the morning. I bet in about 20 minutes these stands start opening up. What I've seen in the past is on Sunday you see a lot of hikers getting ready to hike out. There's now what's known as the bubble. The bubble is a large amount of hikers. Right now the bubble is in Damascus. Now there's people that have hitched back from being up north, and there's people that have hitched up from that haven't made it here yet, but there's a lot of hikers right here. They time it so that the bubble of hikers would be here. So if you are in the bubble, it is a benefit for you to be a little bit ahead of the bubble. So what you want to do is maybe leave Sunday, and if everybody's going to stay here till Monday, then you are going to be one day ahead of everybody, and one day ahead of everybody is 20 miles, and that is going to be just ahead of the bubble. And you'll be able to hike a little faster and stay out of the crowd, because if you're in the crowd, that means that the hostels are full and the shelters are full. Being around a whole bunch of people just might not be your idea of an outdoor wilderness experience. So I remember that from my trip, that I really did not think when I came into Trail Days that this was really what I wanted out of my hike. And I remember hiking out of here because I came out here to be a hiker, and not there were helicopter rides and things like that I did not want to partake in. I wonder how this road is doing out here. Yeah, actually I would say the road is faring better than what the people path is. Well, I'm gonna go wash the mud out of my shoes because it was a muddy mess walking through Tent City last night. Talk to you later.
Hey everybody. So what often happens here is we get to have contact on the gear that we made, and we got Sammy here, and Sammy here is the proud owner of probably the finest tarp that we have ever made, and I want to show this beauty off because we put a lot of work into this, and this was definitely one of our greatest custom jobs.
So this is a 3-panel Dyneema camo side entry tarp. So this has the spreader bar poles in it. Now it's a little bit wonky because we got it up here on the Cricket, so we're having the ridge pole sit there, but you can see how the poles keep this open, and this thing is absolutely beautiful. We don't have the end stake down, but if we did, that would close that gap. This becomes a porch. I can close up, and it has a waterproof zipper here. So this then is a nice flap on there that's going to definitely keep the water out. But this thing is positively amazing, and the weight of this is incredible. But let me take you inside here and look at the room that you get in here. And that porch can be stuck out there. That way, what you can do is take these flaps and you can put them behind the poles. You see, we don't take the zipper up all the way to the top, so your hammock would stay dry like this, but I could also have that porch out here with some trekking poles, and camping like this, it's like the window to the world. I love this thing, and it was definitely a custom job. Oh, I mean, it takes a lot of work to go and make this, but we really enjoy doing something of this level. And as you see here, there's another seam right here because this is a 3-panel Dyneema camo. So congratulations, this thing is absolutely gorgeous.
I love this. It's incredible.
And I hope you enjoy this for many years.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. So it is late in the afternoon on Sunday, and things are really drying out. We are having a gorgeous day. Look at that sky. After all this rain, and it couldn't be a better time, because that way our setups are going to be all dry when we go back. I can see my crew is already tearing down. I don't think they have to mow the grass anytime soon. Looks like they have to regrade it because of all the foot traffic that's been on here. There's the happy crew all tearing down, and the vendors are supposed to stay here this afternoon, but I can bet that when we are ready to go, we are probably all packed up and we are going to get going. I hear there's some music that's still playing. I know they're doing some different shows that they go and have in the high school and the library. I'm not able to attend any of them, but it is a great service that they are doing, and they let very famous people speak. There's a cool playground in here. Let's see, we got BioLite, Nemo, 30% off. I think the sales start coming out towards Sunday when you don't want to pack things up. Anti-gravity gear. So anti-gravity gear does a great AT trail guide. For those of you who still use paper guides, their trail guide is awesome. And I want to take a look at it. What you see is they actually put the profile and the town data right in here. This actually was helped developed from a good friend of mine, and that's AWOL, and I actually summited in 2003 with AWOL, and here is his book, David Miller, AWOL on the Trail. He actually mentions me in it, so by his book, I always said that he named it wrong. It should have been Dutch on the Trail, but I did actually summit with him back in 2003, so it was thrilling to watch his perspective of my same hike. So see how the profile map, they're given the height of each mountain, and honestly, this is what you need. If you're hiking the trail, you don't care if you're going left or right. What you care about is, do I have to go up or do I have to go down? And you might be sitting there at lunchtime and being like, I got 2 more ups till I can hit water, or maybe there's a long down into town or something like that. This shows all these pages right here. And I believe this is showing where all these people are out. They have a great guest registry, so people can come in and sign on that. Anti-gravity gear is making some really great ultralight gear. They have been for many years, and they've been a staple here. So they got great quilts. They didn't know I was going to film them just now, but and they got great rain gear, and you can see a lot of different accessories, the cozies and stuff. And look at this awesome map. I purchased one of these yesterday. So this shows the entire trail along with the profile of each state. And this thing is amazing, and it's beautiful. And if you really like the AT, I mean, every time I look at this thing, there's something new that I see here. You know, how here's the 100-mile wilderness. This is all of Pennsylvania. I'll tell you what, I always thought Pennsylvania was a lot more flat than that. Look at all of Virginia. Great Smoky Mountains. So, and then look how colorful the profile is on that, showing all the different shelters that are along this fantastic trail. They have been a staple here for a really long time, and I'm sure we're going to see the AT guide being used for many years to come. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to be using. That way I don't have to use one of those newfangled phone things, or at least I get to save my batteries, because I really like a hard copy paper. I can tear pieces out, I can ship some ahead, and that type of thing. So come down to the stage area. They got some music playing, and I love music, so I'm given the excuse that I'm vlogging to come down and listen to some music, and I'm gonna let you listen into this solo guy singing this. This is gorgeous.
they have bands all weekend long, and well, it is just part of the charm, because this is a festival, not just for the hikers, but also people from all around are coming here, and they're enjoying a fair-like atmosphere. You can see they got great food here. And it's definitely fun for all. And I really like this song. So I'm gonna have to tune out here. Peace. Well, everybody, this is the final day and everybody's packed up. We're all packed up. It's hard to believe. That used to be our stand. Truck is all loaded. Almost all the vendors are, if they are not packed up, they are just about there, I think. But they're gonna have to seed this to make this grass grow again. But everybody is saying their final goodbyes to people. This has been a really successful everything for me. I mean, we have had a great time. I made great contacts. I have enjoyed myself. I exposed my daughter to what Trail Days is like, and she's got a little piece of the trail. And look how cleared out. Just like the way we came, we pack it up really quick and we can leave the same way. So this is my final goodbye, Trail Days 2024. Thank you, everybody. Well, thanks for joining me on that adventure, and be sure to check out some other playlists. And of course, check out DutchWare.com for some of the greatest hiking gear on the planet. As always, thank you, everybody.